So when it comes to Hunter Luepke, let's be honest. The first thing that we all think about, the fumble on the goal line against Miami. Like, Hunter, why? The Cowboys were driving. It looked like they had control of that game. Then the game just got goofy. The unfortunate part is Tony Pollard actually should have scored the play before. Hunter Luepke, the exchange between him and Dak, it was goofy. But here's what I will say. Hunter Luepke is a star. Hunter Luepke is the Cowboys' secret weapon. We're going to talk about his usage. We're going to talk about how much he does on special teams. But Mike McCarthy trusts him. And when we get to the film, you guys will see that Hunter Luepke is extremely, extremely physical. So I want to talk about what it looks like, because Fussie's a star. He's going to run for 1,000 yards. No. But I want to talk about what it looks like for Hunter Luepke to be a star on this football team. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's your boy Foots here. Listen, this is the summer series where I'm doing a lot of cool things. I got 2 cool videos coming up for you guys after this, but I really wanted to dive into Hunter Luepke's film because I just remember in-game watching and saying, man, this guy, he just does those little things that you need him to do. And before we actually get to the film, I want to give you guys a look back. If you're new on this channel, this isn't me pulling this out of air. I actually hit on Hunter Luepke in the pre-draft process last year. So check this out. Fullback, running back, do it all, Hunter Luepke. Now, I don't even know how to say his name, so you guys help me out if I said it wrong. Luepke. All I know is that find Hunter. Like, that was the game plan for teams that played against North Dakota State. He played running back. He took direct snaps. He caught the ball. To me, in the league, I actually see him as a true fullback. I don't know if teams really want to incorporate that in their game, but he could be a lead blocker. He could be like an H, reach blocker type guy. I think he'll stick his nose in there with DNs, chip, do all that type of stuff. But he's a good football player, so you draft him. I don't know if this team would, but I do know that he will end up on the NFL roster, and I think it'll help him. And now, the only reason why I show that is because I actually want to give Mike McCarthy credit for using him in that way, that super back that get lost and get forgotten about in the offense. And I'll be honest with you, as much and as confident as he played last year, I think that he could do some of that this year. I got a few numbers for you guys. 13% of the offensive snaps, Hunter Luepke was in there as a rookie. So this isn't some Deuce Vaughn once in a blue moon. This isn't some Turpin where I like Turpin. I love his skill set, but it's clear the Cowboys just don't trust him in that way. This isn't Jameis Olawale. Like, they actually trust Hunter Luepke to do football things and be out there. Another thing is this. He's a big teams guy. 61% of the special team snaps he played. So we know how Fossil is when it comes to his guys on special teams. He needs those guys, and that's a lot of snaps. I think that you can use him in back-to-the-basket play action. What do I mean by that? Dak turning around play action, getting forgotten about. He has such good hands. And when we get to this film, you guys will see, like, Hunter Luepke does some really good football things. So I really want to talk through this film, and you guys will see year 2, it really does remind me of Jake Ferguson. Like, year 1, you saw with Jake Ferguson. Year 2, he was a guy. And I know we wanted Luke Schoonmaker to be one of those guys, but it just may not work out that way. And to be honest, I could argue that Hunter Luepke probably had the best year, unfortunately, out of all the draft picks. Let's talk about it. So when it comes to Hunter Luepke, the thing that I loved about him most was the progression. And as we run it, you'll see what I mean by the progression. So it went from him being a running back in camp to true fullback, and it was kind of what I said earlier about how many things he can do for this team. And so you see these runs in the offseason, well, the preseason, and you just see the foot quickness right there, the jump cut, but then you see the finish. Like, let's take that run back for a second. The finish. Like, watch how he finishes on the safety bow. Okay, so, like, that stuff is all noted in the in film rooms, and when they're going over stuff, Shoddy, Mike McCarthy, like, running backs coach, like, hey, Hunter can handle this physicalness. And this is kind of like what I meant by, like, hey, love Deuce Vaughn. I do. But, like, can he withstand some of these runs? Can he consistently fall forward? That we don't know. And then this is the part of his game that really became special to me. is the lead blocking part of it. Now, early on in the game, or early on in the season, needed some work, needed to handle the physicalness of the league, but then bow. Like right there, like meet him in the hole, spring Tony Pollard, great vision by Pollard. Like that's what he can do. And then you see him running down there wanting more work. Okay, that's when you start to see that you got a guy who's a football player. And that's what I said pre-draft. He's a football player. Like, I want to get on the field. If it's teams, if it's, digging guys out of there, as far as in the run game, I want to get on the football field. All right, now that run, we take that run back. Wouldn't say that was his fault. He actually kind of got pressed a hair, but then that free run defender wasn't taken care of. But like those are the things for me that when I look at his game, I say, this is how Hunter Luepke, he's special. Like he's special in this way because he's a role player that can do so many different things for your offense. He's a role player that can get lost. He's a role player that can lead block. This play right here is so special to me. You got to be a football lover to watch this play, okay, and to watch this over and over again. Now watch how he climbs through the hole, has the vision, and right here, bow, okay, peels back on Jack Campbell because he is going to make that tackle. Just peels back, smokes him. Tony Pollard gets 15 yards. Like, if you're just watching the TV copy, you don't see that. But this is where we want to appreciate how special Hunter Luepke can be because he had the wherewithal to do that. Another just, to me, special play. And as you watch it, you'll see Hunter Luepke 10 yards down the field, double-teaming Daron Payne. A perennial Pro Bowler, Hunter Luepke is downfield, double-teaming Daron Payne. Now watch this. Just move him out of the paint. And so, like, to me, all that try-hard effort, all that type of stuff, and before we run this play, like, that's what's going to get him on the field. And to me, that's what's special about his game. Now, this is where I want Mike McCarthy to give him more opportunities next year. He has the ability to get lost. Why does he get lost? If you watch this play, let's run it back. It looks like it's I don't know the exact passing scheme, but let's just watch how it looks like it's a cover 2 beater, middle of the field, open beater, and you got CD in the slot, so teams know that CD is a demon over the middle of the field. So what is the linebacker? I think that's David Long for the Miami Dolphins. His eyes are threatened. Now, like, watch his eyes. Actually, he drops to his third because they know what CD Lamb wants to do. Well, what does Hunter Luepke do? He just sneaks to the flats. And you forget about him because, I mean, on a scouting report, you're not worried about, that is David Long. So you're not worried about Hunter Luepke. Watch his eyes. Watch, he bails. Like, let's watch his turn. It's actually kind of funny. Watch 51's turn. He gets out of there, Hunter Luepke to the flats. And, like, he looks natural catching the football and turning the field. So, like, all that type of stuff is what I really love about Luepke. And then this last play, actually, I wasn't even able to get that last play. So that was it. And so, like, just him being able to catch, get upfield, like, this is the stuff to me that when you look at a guy like Luepke, look at this. Just look at the jump cut right there. Bow. See what I'm saying? And the finish could have been better. But, I mean, he just has that type of athletic. He's just sneaky with him, man. And he's a player to me that I think the Cowboys next year, 21 personnel, I'd even call it 11 with the super back if you want to insert him in the run game and maybe run some, some split zone vibes, some of that type of stuff. He has all that in his bag, and I think that Hunter Luepke really is a star in the making. As always, guys, make sure you guys are liking, sharing, and subscribing. This summer series is really cool. I got 2 really cool videos coming up for you guys next week, pushing through this dead season. It's been awesome. It's your boy Foots the King, as always. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Peace.